Hey, I am a man with my feet on the ground, nigga. I stand. I'ma face my problems, don't help it hands. I'm just saying that I never ran. Yeah. I had the ball in spite of the pain. I was tired of the losses, I wanted the game. I want the whole world to know my name. If I make it out, no, I'm bringing the game. They my brothers, yeah, they know my pain. We don't share a mind, but I love them the same.
Hey, welcome to Dream Tour, the podcast where we take you on a tour of many different types of people's dreams, goals, and aspirations. Today, we have a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, people? My name is Linton Vassell.
Big Swarm.
Big Swarm. I fight for Bellator MMA.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned earlier, I fought over 4 weeks ago, so I'm looking.
Yeah, I was just about to say that fight was great to watch. I really enjoyed that. It was against Ronnie Marquez. Is it Marquez? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, I'm Ronnie Marks.
Marks. I watched the fight, and going into that, they're saying he's a black belt jiu-jitsu, and you pretty much controlled the ground game the entire fight.
Yeah. Again, he's a black belt, so he knows, his way around on the ground. I don't actually have a belt, like I'm not actually ranked, but I spar and train, and I've fought black belts before. So I knew, if I have the right game plan, come in healthy, come in fit, then I'm able to stop these guys, these black belts or, whatever belt they are.
Man, yeah. And you used to be a light heavyweight, right? When did you make that switch?
So I made the switch 2019.
2019.
No,
how many heavyweight fights have you had?
Altogether, including my reign in England as well, I think I put about 6 now.
Okay. Is there a big difference?
Yes, there's definitely a big difference from cutting. So I used to walk around about 239, so about 230 to about 235.
Okay.
And cutting 30 to 35 pounds to make like heavyweight was, it's too much. And I felt like over the years, as I got older, the weight cut got harder. The competition got harder as well. So some of the things I was able to do in my earlier career wasn't working, and I had a fight against Phil Davis, and it didn't go well. I ended up losing the fight, and I pretty much made my mind up.
Was that a contender series about a year ago? Is that what that was? Or
that was 2 years ago. That was even longer now.
Or not
3 years.
Not 2 years ago. It was for a belt. Was it for a belt, that fight? Because I think I saw
not
one of those.
Fight. Not that fight wasn't, no. But if I'd have won that fight, then it would have gave me, opportunity to fight for a title. So I pretty much made my mind up, and I was like, I need to go back to heavyweight. So
yeah,
I thought,
you look good at 240. You're working with these guys and you still have reach on them in the heavyweight on a lot of people. Yes,
a lot of the heavyweights I feel like come in over 245, 250 mark. Mm-hmm. And again, that's up to them. They can do whatever they want to do. For me, 240 is where I feel comfortable, fit, agile.
Do you have to do you have to focus too hard on like maintaining weight at that point, or is it pretty natural for you to carry 240?
Yeah, it's just normal. Some days I may wake up a little bit lighter, then I just eat an extra meal, because I'm here in Florida right now.
Okay.
And out here it's so hot. Right now it's not, but most days it is.
Yeah, so it's a humid hot too. It's not like not like on the west coast of the United States. It's a dry heat there, and it's not too bad. It's a wet hot, and it's sweaty and I couldn't imagine doing a workout there.
Most days after training, I've had a shower and I'm just dripping still.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So yeah. Right now the weather's not too hot, so it's again I'm wearing a hoodie right now.
Yeah. So on this show, like, we like to talk about what you do, but also we like to talk about why you do it. Like what so you've been doing MMA for So when I did the little research, it said since 2008, but I'm assuming you probably got into it a little before that. When did you really get into it?
So pretty much that's when I started. I just went to a gym and just sort of fell into it. It was like my friend was always like, come to the gym, you'll like it, you're a big, strong guy. We'd always play fight and stuff, me and my friends back in England. And one day we ended up, play fighting. I picked him up and I slammed him. And he was like, you have to come to the gym. You can't be doing this to people and not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I wasn't interested. I really wasn't. So eventually, over the years, we're like, let's go to the gym. So I went and I did the same to a couple of guys there. My coach, Danny Batten, back in England, he was like, I think you should fight. I had no interest in fighting.
Yeah.
I had no interest in fighting at all. And he was like, you can get paid for this. Do you want to do some amateur fights? You'll get paid for it. And I was like, well, I can do this to people. And they're like, yeah, you get paid for it. So I had 3 fights, got paid, ended up winning a title as well in my second fight.
Wow.
So I couldn't get any more matchups at that weight. I was fighting heavyweight and light heavyweight. I couldn't get any matchups. So the next thing to do was to go to pro.
Wow.
And then I went on a winning streak at pro, won some belts. And then it was like, I got to the stage where I'd won one of the biggest belts in the UK. And it was like time to go to hit the world scene and go to Bellator, UFC, ONE FC, So
yeah, I saw that fight with Sergey in Israel, and like they were talking going into it. They didn't seem like the announcers weren't really on your side, and then at the end of it, you had him on his stomach and just were wailing on him and dominated him.
And the funny thing is, you noticed that. Like, you can imagine what I'm thinking going into the fight.
Yeah.
There was nothing, no Linton talking. It was Sergey's gonna do this, Sergey's gonna do that, and he was on a 6.
I bet you that was your motivation.
It was, because I was like, you guys are counting me out. You're not even advertising I'm fighting him. They already ripped me off. So that obviously gave me the extra motivation I needed. But I'd been watching this fight, so I knew I come in with the right game plan. I knew I was a lot faster, a lot stronger than this guy. So yeah, as soon as I knew I'd take him down, I knew it was only a matter of time before I'd get the finish.
Yeah, that was a great fight to watch. I actually am not like super into MMA or anything, but like I have a lot of friends who are amateur fighters, and I actually have a couple buddies I have a buddy who is he's the best featherweight in the state of Ohio.
Oh, and what's his name?
Yeah, his name's Chris Porter. Actually, I might have had that weight wrong. He might be a bantamweight. He's 145, but he just he's the best amateur at that weight. His pro debut is I think next month, so I'm super excited to go watch that one. And like I went, I'll have to ask him, but I went to the gym with a couple of the guys for like 6 weeks, and I like really loved the training. Did you just kind of was it the same with you? Did you just kind of like fall in love with the hitting the bags, relieving tension?
Yeah, hitting the bags, kicking people, and I mean submitting people as well.
Yeah, you have 8 submissions, right?
I have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot. It's a different world out there when you can actually do it. And again, I feel like it's a great way to release stress. Kicking the bag, punching the bag, and stuff like that. But anyone that wants to sort of start, not MMA, but wants to start training, you can't beat kicking and punching bags.
You really can't. And I think it's bigger than the sport too. Like I know a lot of guys who were real big troublemakers. Like they went out to the bars and they got into fights, and they went and started doing MMA. And once they started hitting and punching the bags, and then they actually knew how to throw a real punch.
There you go.
They went to the bars and they're like, I have no need to fight any of these people. I know I'd win.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There you go. And I'm glad your friend decided to, change their ways.
Yeah. So I think it's a really good way to I think MMA is looked at these people are fighting each other, but then the people that only see the fights on TV, they don't know anyone that does it. They don't know that like it's actually a really healthy outlet for a lot of young men to change their ways.
Oh, it is. It really is. Again, and I like, you don't have to do it as a career. You can just go and do the MMA as a workout. And it's funny because people don't realize what it takes to do it. We do everything. We do kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, you know, I mean, strength conditioning, you know, there's so many different.
And that doesn't take into account like even strength training and cardio.
You have to. Yeah. I've been there, done that. And if you don't do your cardio, you definitely notice it. You can fight, but if you're tired, you're not beating no one.
Especially when you make that big jump from a 3-minute round to a 5.
Yeah. And they're kicking, punching you back as well.
Yeah. The bag doesn't kick and punch back.
Exactly.
I thought it was super interesting when you were doing the ground and pound drill on the bags on your story, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. You guys were holding each other back from doing the ground and pound. Like, so does that kind of like account like for training for being tired because like your arms feel heavier when you're in the real fight? Is that what that's for?
So it's a bit of both. So you got to think whenever you're grappling or fighting or whatever, your opponent's going to be pushing you away or holding you. So it's supposed to simulate that kind of action and movement. Like even just someone pushing you when you're trying to punch and you get put off, you know, that's what it's for. And to do it after training helps with the cardio and obviously training it. Because what I was doing that most days leading up to my fight.
Oh, okay.
Like, after training 3 times a week, I was at least doing 2 rounds, like maybe 3 minutes or
3
1
minutes
round.
of that. Okay.
Yeah. So I felt like me doing that every day helped for me to win my fight. I ended up winning through ground and pound.
Yeah,
and
you did.
It was weird because when I had Ronnie in that situation, I wasn't even thinking, oh, let me do this, let me do that, and it just flew.
It just happened because you practice so much.
Yeah, and I feel that's like anything. You practice something over and over again, it sort of comes like a reaction to something.
Yeah, even with podcasting. Like when I started this show, I had a list of questions. And
I bet with the questions like, where am I?
I lived by the questions. I couldn't just talk like have a normal conversation, but just every episode like feels a little more natural. You know what to ask someone when the time's up. It's just a practice thing. So I do want to talk about a few things that we like to hit on here because I know we don't have too much time for this episode. So like what where do you draw your inspiration from to keep doing what you're doing?
Well, I'm as a kid, like me and my family, and my sister, should I say, are very competitive, and my friends, we have to win at everything. Like it could be anything. Like I got that question right, or playing tag or cards. I don't like to lose, and again, my friends don't either. So it's the will to win. I love, you know.
No.
To win regardless, but also it's the sport. I do love the sport. So for me, I draw my inspiration because I love it. I love it so much, and I want to win, and that's what keeps driving me. And I feel like as a kid, I've always watched wrestling.
Yeah.
So this is me doing my wrestling, you know. But I actually get to actually hurt someone. It may sound funny, but I actually get to, you know, show my craftsmanship and what I've been working on. And I feel like it's two martial artists working their skills.
Yeah.
Best man wins.
They're trying to hurt you, you're trying to hurt them. Yeah. It's what you signed up to do. It
really is. It really is.
Yeah, I love that you said that you do it because you love it, because that's actually like the message of this show. Like the message of the show is really, I just talk to people who work hard at their dreams. That's what I do. But the message I want to spread to the people out there is that, you know, more people need to do something because they love it, not because they think they have to. I think
exactly that.
As more people do what they love, the world gets happier.
Yeah. And again, I had probably about 5 fights ever in my life growing up, you know. So it wasn't like I love fighting or anything. And I just went into it. Again, I love wrestling. So I was like, you know what? It wouldn't hurt me going there and just trying it out. And yeah, I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this.
Yeah, you're obviously very good at it.
Thank you. If I could see myself, and I didn't choose to do this, but I could see from another life, and I was doing something else, I'd be upset with myself, definitely, that I didn't choose this path, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you did, because now, when's your next fight actually? Now that I'm thinking,
I don't actually have a fight date.
Okay.
I am looking to be straight back in there. Bellator, they're looking to start their cards again in February.
Okay, I'll be excited to keep my eye out, especially
yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, where does Bellator where do they usually do they have their fights just all over, or is it like
they
strict
usually
areas?
do, but with this COVID, it's been held in Connecticut.
Connecticut. All right. I
Yeah,
wonder how far that is from Northeast Ohio.
Okay, probably not too far. It's about, I think, if I'm correct, about 5 hours from Florida, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to check it out, because I'm definitely willing to drive to see some stuff, but I don't know if they'll even let people in there. But I'll be keeping my eye out, watching some fights for sure.
I don't think they are right now. I know they're slowly letting fans and stuff come to certain events. I don't think Bellator.
It's a little different because it's inside, and you know, when they're watching football or baseball, it's outside. It's easier to keep people spread out. All right, I've got a couple of my other dream tour questions here for you.
Yeah.
So, what was the first thing you wanted to be, like when you were a little kid?
Oh, policeman, fireman.
Policeman, fireman.
The typical. What do you want to be? Oh, I want to be a policeman or something.
Okay.
For a while, I'm trying to think as I got older, and then I went into bricklaying. I was a builder, building homes, schools, hospitals, and I really thought that was going to be my life. I really did. Again, I didn't even think, oh, let me do fighting. It just wasn't something that I was interested in. So yeah, I was a builder. So I think I'll probably still be doing that if I didn't choose this.
That's so interesting to see that, like, what you wanted to be as a kid, and then just you somehow become something. It's super interesting to hear that side of someone's story. That's one of my favorite questions to ask people. All right.
How about yourself? What did you want to do?
Yeah. When I was a real little kid, I went to Catholic school, so they asked me, and I think when I was like, the first thing I said was like the priest, because he was talking in front of everybody.
Oh yeah.
And then
you want to be a priest because it's there,
yeah. Whoever was talking in front of everybody is who I wanted to be when I was a little kid. Yeah. But then when I was about 8, I think I was about 8, my mom said, do you want to go to college? And I said, no, I want to own it.
There we go.
And so I kind of just throughout my life I fell in love with business, and I've always been a very talkative person, so I kind of found a way to put those together, and I've always been a helpful person too. So like I think my goal with this show is to help people put themselves out there. I like to put on some smaller people. Obviously, you're a little bigger than my previous crowd has been, fan base wise, but I will continue to like mix it up with bigger people and local people, no matter how big the show gets. Just because I like the feeling of putting people's name out there that I think have a good message to spread.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I think it's entertaining for me. So if I'm happy doing it, why change it? Exactly,
and always do something you love.
Yep, that's what we're trying to get the message out here. I've got a fun question for you. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I like this one. I like superpowers. I think I'd have to be a time traveler. A time
traveler.
But like not the normal time traveler. Have you ever seen Heroes?
Hero. What? I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
Well, I'm older than you. I'm 37, so
okay.
He's probably obviously a lot younger when it came out. So again, it's not a group of people, but a bunch of people that have superpowers.
Yeah.
And there's a guy called Hero, and his power is he can time travel, and he can pause time.
That's super
so
cool.
That'd be my power. Time travel, pause time, and you can do what you want to do, and you know.
Yeah, pausing time is super cool. Yeah, that's kind of.
I mean, I want an extra hour in bed today.
yeah, everybody else pause and go to bed. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd definitely be like super fast, like the Flash, because like that's kind of like pausing time, just because
it is. Yeah,
I want to see the world, and I think if I had that power, I could do it fast. I could get there.
And you could, and it's super powerful as well, the Flash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Superpowers are so much fun. I love the superhero movies. I'm really excited to go see the I think it's what is it? There's a new there's a new Wanda and Vision on Disney Plus or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I think it starts today. Friday.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna watch it this weekend probably.
And I can't wait for Doctor Strange.
Oh yes. Did you see the cast?
No, I've not seen the cast, but I know Wanda is supposed to go crazy in it. Like, supposed to like lose her shit.
I'll give you a fun little teaser about the cast. So, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland are in it. All three Spider-Men from the last 20 years are casted in that movie. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but they're all on the cast list. So I'm super excited about that.
There's going to be some time traveling in there, so that's probably why they're going to be in that.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
I'm forward to that. I can't wait for WandaVision. That's on tonight. So I'm gonna watch that later.
All right. I know you got to get out of here, so I'm gonna ask you one last question, and then I'll just ask you to like shout out your Instagram and all that stuff. So for the last question, I just want to know what would you say is your dream?
My dream, 1000%, become a world champion. And the only promotion it's going to be is the promotion I'll fight for right now, Bellator heavyweight world champion of the world.
That'd be awesome. I think from what I've seen right now, it looks like you're on a good track.
It's going to happen. And the good thing is, Bellator just posted, well, they posted a couple of days ago, they put my name and 2 other people's name down to fight for the championship. So, you know, things will happen. I know it's going to come. It's going to come. Maybe one more fight or whatever, but my time's coming.
I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be rooting for you to be the Bellator champion of the world.
My man.
All right. So just go ahead, shout out your Instagram and your other social medias real quick. Your Instagram story is always fun to watch. I've been following you for a while.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can follow me on my Instagram. That's LDV_the Swarm. I'm also on Facebook as well. Just my name, Linton Vassell.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. And everyone who is watching here, just remember, keep dreaming, stay positive, take a couple steps towards your goal every single day, and you're going to do it. I believe in you.